Welcome to The Divinely Aligned. I'm your host, Ashley Askew. This is a space where we grow intentionally, reflect honestly, and align with our highest selves one conversation at a time. Let's get into it. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about what self-awakening actually is and what it actually looks like, as opposed to what some of the stuff. Okay, let's say this. I feel like there is a huge misconception when it comes to self-awakening a lot of the times. Okay, let's start there. Starting out in your spiritual journey, and of course, I always have to reiterate this. When I say spiritual journey, I really just mean your awakening to yourself and your attraction to all of that. Okay. Starting out, when you're attracted to the road that leads you to your self-awakening, you're really attracted to what it looks like, right? And that's enough. That's a good start. That's a good start to get you down to where you need to be. However, a lot of times it looks like spirituality within it as a whole looks like carrying crystals around and wearing the cool rings and just, readings and tarot and all of that, wearing waist beads. And I don't say this to be demeaning. What I'm saying is there's so much more. Oh, let me add that too. Also the Orishas. That's a huge one right now. I don't want to say right now, but that's always been a huge one. You know, people want to just jump to and leap to being Orisha devotees and top elitist spiritualists and whatever else, whatever they think that looks like and whatever that title is for them, that's sometimes the attraction. Sometimes we'll get so caught up in all of that we won't even know where we're actually destined to be. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll get so caught up in the hype of it all. So anyway, I say all that to say the awakening is not about anything outside of yourself. The awakening is not about anything outside of your individual journey to finding out who you are and how you are to exist in this lifetime. Okay. And it's not about validation, about your titles in this spiritual world, the spiritual bubble that we sometimes put ourselves in. It's just about you. It's about your individual journey to finding out who you are. And I think that is so important. When I get people that come to me for readings and they ask me, well, you know, what's the first step to healing and starting my personal healing journey and ascending and being my greatest and highest self? And I'm always like, okay, let's start with your chart. What do you know about your birth chart? What do you know about your sun sign individually? What do you know about your moon sign? What do you know about the year you were born? What do you know about, and then it gets even deeper as to what do you know about your own life outside of your memory? Okay. What do you know about your own life in terms of the way that things played out in real life? And I don't even say real life, but outside of the perspective that you already had, right? Because a lot of times as we grow, of course, our perspective starts to change a little bit. So it's more about finding out how the experiences in your life have helped you to get to where you are and how you will further ascend. That is self-awakening. To tie into that or add into that, I also want to talk about something that I tweeted, and it was something that I actually saw a long time ago that triggered a thought for me. And it was, if you want to change your life, change your relationships. And it was so simplistic, but so profound because, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. And it breaks down even further for me or to me in the sense that doesn't just stop with your relationships, like your physical relationships, your intimate relationships, your personal relationships, work relationships. No, also self-awakening What is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with the way you speak about yourself, the way you talk to yourself? What is your relationship with your drive? What is your relationship with your mindset in regards to whatever topic, right? Those are all very important things to really consider when we're talking about awakening. Those should be the first thing. That should be the first step, okay? If you are wondering, how can I expand? How can I get to this level of my next level of wisdom? Awaken to what is actually the reality of your life. Awaken to your actual desires, okay? I am feeling like there are a lot of people that they never fully get to a space where they accept themselves because they never really accepted their reality. They never really channeled what was actually occurring in their life on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes some of the stuff that people says can feel like a dig. It can feel like jealousy. It can feel like betrayal, but it triggers something in us and for us. And, when you feel that, it's important to dig into that. Why am I so triggered by this? Why is this channeling something different for me? Where's this energy coming from? And even if the other person is nasty about the way they deliver it, whatever the case may be, there is something there. And that's besides the point. That's a whole nother point. But the main thing here is you have to be willing to discover the uncomfortable truths within yourself. That is not an easy task by any means, but it is important, and it is a large part of the actual self-awakening journey. You'll get a lot further when you tap into the things that maybe don't make you feel so great. Once you are able to acknowledge those things, you'll evolve by healing those things. And sometimes it's not necessarily about having to heal certain things that we're triggered by within ourselves. Sometimes it's as simple as learning how to deal with the responses to the things that make us uncomfortable about ourselves. And that is self-awakening. All right. Okay, y'all. I didn't have much for today. I just had a quick message. Make sure to let people know what you're listening to by sharing the show, sharing the episode on any platform that you may be on. Make sure to share, subscribe, follow, all the good things wherever you may be listening to this podcast. And until next time.